Okay, this is Algebra 2, Lesson 18. Today we're going to talk about ratio word problems and similar triangles. Now, what is a ratio? It's a comparison of two numbers that can be written as a fraction. For instance, 3/4. Ratio is 3 to 4. All these right here are different ways to designate the same ratio. They all equal. If you reduce them, they equal to 3/4. Now, an equation or other statements that indicate two ratios are equal, like 3 to 4 is equal to 15 over 20, is called a proportion. Proportion. Okay, so when we talk about proportions, we know that we can do cross multiple. We'll use the same example. We have 3/4 equals 15/20. We can use what's called cross multiplication to show this true. So if you do this, 20 times 3 is 60. 4 times 5 is 60. And what do we show here? We show that they're equal, that the statement is true. So we can now, by knowing this, we can now solve a proportion that contains an unknown by setting the cross products equal and then dividing for the solution. For instance, if I say 4/3 is equal to 5 over k. I say they're proportions. So we do cross multiplication, which is you go up. 4 times k is equal to 3 times 5. Or 4k is equal to 15. Don't we know how to solve for k? Yes, we simply divide by 4. We get k is 15/4. Is our answer. So when we set the cross products equal, we say that we have cross multiplied. So in some ratio word problems, the word ratio is used, but other problems, the word ratio is not used, and it is necessary to realize that a constant ratio is implied. Okay, so let's look at example 18.1. This is the ratio of Arabians to mixed breeds in the herd was 2 to 17. If there were 380 horses in the herd, how many were Arabians? They don't tell us that they're ratios and that the ratios are equal. We're just going to assume it's implied that it's a ratio. So they actually use the word ratio here. The ratio of Arabians to mixed breed is 2 to 17. Yes? And we have a total of how many horses? 19. We said if there were 380 horses in the herd, so there's 380 horses total, how many were Arabians? We want to know this. So we know Arabians to mixed breeds is 2 to 17. So we can say A to M is equal to 2 to 17. We can also say A to total is equal to 2 to 19. And we can also say, I'm going to have to put this one on the left, say the number of mixed breeds to total is 17 to 19. Are you with me so far? So we're given a total of 380 horses, but we need Arabians. So I have Arabians to total. Which one is that? That was this one. Yes? So Arabians to total is what? 2 to 19. I don't know what my Arabian is, so I'm going to put A, but I have a total of 380. I can say that they're proportional. So can I solve for the number of Arabians? Sure. I can simply cross multiply 380 times 2 gives me 0, 6, Yes? Or I can do this. 2 times 380 equals A times 19. Are you with me so far? Okay, so then I simply get, 760 equals A 19. I divide both by 19, and I get A is equal to, because I don't have a calculator, is equal to 40. So there's 40 Arabian horses. Could I find out how many mixed breeds there were? Sure. We said 2 plus 17 equals 19. Same thing here. The number of Arabian horses plus the number of mixed breeds equals 380. So I simply take 380 minus 40, and I get 340 if they were to ask me that. Okay, so now let's look at similar triangles. What are similar triangles? We say that triangles that look alike, that have the same shape, but not necessarily, they have the same angles, and they have the same shape, but not necessarily the same side, length of sides, they are similar triangles. So let's look at example 18.b. You've got 3 triangles there. And you see that the angles by the tick marks, all the ones with 2 are equal, all the ones with 3 are equal, and all the ones with 1 are equal. And we say the side opposite the angle is its corresponding side. So the ratio of the lengths of the corresponding side in similar triangles are equal. This implies that corresponding sides in similar triangles are related by a number called a scale factor. The scale factor is going from triangle A to triangle B is 2 because, and you have to look at your book for this example, and I'll go ahead and draw it out. I wasn't planning on it, but I'll go ahead and draw it out. So you've got, and mine don't look similar, so you need to really follow the book if looking at it is important to you, and it has to look right. Draw the other one down here just for purposes, space purposes. So this is triangle C, A, and B. Okay? They said from triangle A to C, the scale factor is 2. I'm sorry, from A to B is 2. Why? Because each side from A to B is twice as long. 3 times 2 is 6. 5 times 2 is 10. 7 times 2 is 14. Okay? And going from B to A, we say the scale factor is half. Half of this is 7. Half of this is 3. Half of this is 10. Okay? At the same time, the scale factor from A to C is 5/3. We go from 3 to 5. We say 3 times the scale factor is equal to 5. We divide by 3, and we get the scale factor is equal to 5/3. Kind of like we did earlier with the transverse line cutting 3 parallel lines. We said there's a scale factor, and they're proportional. Okay, same thing here. So if we take 5/3 times this, we get that. 5/3 times that, we get that. So that's a scale factor. So the tick marks tell us that the two, let's look at example 18.3. It says the 2 tick marks tell us that the triangles are similar. So let's look at them. We got triangles that look like this. X, Y, 3, 5, 7, 4. Okay? So, the tick marks tell us those are the same. So these two are proportional. These are the same, so these two are proportional. This and this is the same, so the opposite sides, 5 and x are the same. So they want us to find x and y. Well, we know 4 times the scale factor is equal to 3. We can solve for the scale factor by simply dividing both sides by 4. So we get the scale factor is equal to 3/4. So 7 times the scale factor is going to equal to y. Yes, because 3, 3, those are the sides. So we fill in what our scale factor is. We said 3/4. So y is equal to 21/4. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing for x. We said 5, because these are the same, right? Because its corresponding angle is this, and they have the same tick mark. So 5 and x are corresponding. So 5 times the scale factor equals x. And then we know what the scale factor is, right? We said it was 3/4. So 5 times 3/4 equals x, or x is 15/4. And that's all scale factor is. So let's go ahead, and I want you to look at example 18.2 by yourself, which is another cross multiplication, proportion, and ratio. We'll go over in class, and I want you to do the practice problems. And on this lesson, the code is 485. I want you to put that on the top of homework lesson number 16. The number 485 on the top of homework lesson number 16. Okay? And do the practice problems A, B, and C before coming to class. That is it.